Hi, today I'm going to do a relationship reading. So it's a love and relationship reading for those who are already in an established relationship. That is what I drew these cards for. If you are single, I'll link another video in the eye to redirect you to a singles love reading. So this is specifically for those who are in a relationship and they want to know what is in the future of your relationship. Can you expect? Is this a healthy relationship for you to be in? I always pick up on your energy. So most of these things are things that you might already know, but that you just need to hear maybe from somebody else, which is me. Hi. Also, these are general readings, so if you tune in for pile number 1, there will be messages in that pile that are meant for you, and there will be messages in here that will not be for you, but for somebody else who's also tuning in for pile number 1. So I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm wearing one of my own made scrunchies. I'm testing out some scrunchies to maybe sell in my shop, but I'm not sure yet. I sell bags, like small ones like these, or ones for your tarot deck. For instance, this one that I use with my modded Black Moon Astrology deck that I actually use for this reading. If at any point you feel like you are wanting more guidance, feel free to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link either in my description or in my pinned comment. In that pinned comment, you will also find links to either buy me a coffee if this really resonated with you and you would like to support me in some way. But another way that you can support me is by subscribing to this channel, because I would love for you to be here and to tune into more videos, because I do readings like these, pick a card readings, all the time. Those are just free readings for you to enjoy. So yeah, I have pile number 1 with the amethyst crystal, pile number 2 with this little cute sunstone, and pile number 3, this is an angel aura quartz crystal. So pile number 1, 2, 3. Timestamps will be linked in the description box, so I'll meet you at your timestamp. So pile number 1, these are all the cards that I drew for you. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start with the tarot cards. So if you want to know what deck I use, you can always find it in the description box. So I recently started reading reversals, especially when I started reading with my White Sage Tarot, which is this, because this was specifically made for reversals. So I feel like we have this Page of Cups reverse, Ace of Swords reverse, and Six of Cups. With the Six of Cups, it really is about kindness, and are you getting this kindness in your relationship? I feel like maybe not, because the Page of Cups is also somebody who's very kind, very intuitive, but it is reversed. So this means, this feels like your intuitive feelings towards this person are blocked. You're not really able to really sense what they are thinking of you, even though you are already in a relationship. What is it that is blocking this? And especially with the Ace of Swords, this is a card of breakthroughs and finding out truths. And it being reversed makes me feel like truths are being blocked. What is it that you are not seeing? Or is there something that you are having trouble finding out? Are they not as emotionally available to you as you would maybe like them to be? That is kind of the feeling that I'm getting here from these cards so far. I feel like you are putting in a lot of kindness, and or as long as you are putting, how do I want to say this? I do feel like you are putting in kindness and effort into this relationship, but are you getting it back? Are you getting the love and effort that you put into it? Are you getting it back? Because with the Page of Cups reverse, I almost feel like you're not really getting it back. And I feel like you maybe have this idea of your relationship in your head. What is it? Or I think you have this idealized idea in your head, was what you want your relationship to be. But is it that? Is your relationship actually what you have built it up to be in your head? This is something that I have personally had a lot of times when I was not necessarily in a relationship with somebody, but when I was dating somebody And I really thought that our relationship was going somewhere when it wasn't, because I was just blocked. I didn't really have that clarity, that clear vision. And I think that with the Ace of Swords reversed, it really indicates that you, and I think that you know this, I definitely think that you know this, but you are not clearly seeing your relationship for the way that it is. And with the Six of Cups, it's also often a card of looking back, being nostalgic. So maybe once it was a relationship that made you really happy, and it was a relationship that you saw going somewhere. But I think it's time that you are really honest with yourself, and in being, I think it's time that you are really honest with yourself and tell yourself if that is still, if this relationship is still going that same way, or are you kind of, I almost want to say blindfolded, but I think you know, especially since the Ace of Swords reverse really is associated or represents having clouded judgment. Let me put these closer because I'm gonna pull in the oracle cards right now, and I have the fire element of desire, or it says desire, and sixth house of routine. This makes me think that, especially first with the sixth house of routine, I feel like maybe your relationship has fallen into some sort of a routine, and it's becoming a little, I don't want to say boring, but maybe this is how the other person in the relationship feels like, because of course there are two people in a relationship, and I feel like you are putting in effort. I feel like you are pouring all your cups into your relationship and everything that you have, but you're not getting it back because your relationship has almost fallen kind of stagnant. So the sixth house is where Virgo, the sign of Virgo defaults. And with Virgo, you have earth energy, and how do I want to say this? I have this feeling in my head. I'm just trying to translate it. And I think that you, like I said, your relationship has fallen a little bit stagnant. So it's not going the way that you want it to go. And with the fire element, it says here desire, you deserve more, you want more than what you are currently getting out of this relationship. And I think you know this, and this, hopefully this reading, as long as it is resonating with you, I think this reading is the final push that maybe you need. This is not a fun reading to give, but that is definitely the message that I'm getting. And if you are, I'm absolutely not saying that you should break up, but I think you need to have a conversation with the person who you are in a relationship with. What is it that you are looking to get out of this relationship, and communicate that. I think the Ace of Swords usually represents pure air energy as well. So communication is one of those things. And since it is reversed, maybe you are not having that communication that maybe you usually have, or that you would like to have. I think it's important to communicate what it is that you want out of your relationship with your partner. And maybe it has become a little stagnant. I know that in the pandemic, we are all at home, and you kind of fall in your routine. You kind of fall in like a limbo, I want to say. Yeah, that is what I wanted to say with these. And then I have two other or more oracle cards. We have Hell, which says rebirth, and we have Inanna, desire. Oh, this is so interesting. We have desire as keywords on both of these cards, and to me this feels like this, again, this doesn't mean, I'm gonna pull it more up because you can't see, but I think this doesn't say that you have to break up again. I think you need to, I don't want to say reinvent, but kind of reinvent your relationship, because the way it's going right now is not how it makes you happen. And that might be the mindset or the idea that you came into this reading with, which is why it is picking up those energies. But I think you need to, like I said, you need to communicate with your partner about your relationship, what it is that you want out of this relationship, because you're not getting your needs met right now. And I think this is a card that indicates that something needs to happen. whether that is having absolutely have the conversation with your partner to see what you can do and either reinvent the relationship in a way that it will work for the both of you, because this relationship needs to serve both of you and needs to meet both of your needs, or you need to find a, I don't want to say you need to break up, but kinda. I don't like saying that. I really don't. Because I think that if you are in a relationship, you have already worked so hard to be where you are right now. And if you are both willing to put in the work, then you can definitely save your relationship. And then the last two cards that I want to pull. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love this. So we have Potion, remember to practice self-love. And we have Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. And I think this is so important for you, pile number 1, to remember that both of your needs need to be met in this relationship. I've already said that before, but you need to know your worth. You need to know that what you deserve. You need to know that you deserve to feel loved, you deserve to feel happy in your relationship. And of course, not every relationship is perfect, and yours doesn't have to be perfect, but it does need to serve you as much as it serves them, your partner in your relationship. And I think when it says here, remember to practice self-love, I think you do need to practice self-love. You do need to do the things that make you happy. And I feel like this relationship, the way it is right now, is not making you happy, and you need to find ways to show yourself that you care about yourself, especially here with the Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. It says here, I am always enough, because you are always enough. And if the person that you are in a relationship with cannot see that, then they are not the person that you should be in a relationship with. And that is something that I don't mind saying, because I always think it's so important to know that, to know your worth, and to know that you are worth more than if you are feeling shitty in your relationship, or if your partner is making you feel shitty. You do not deserve that. Nobody deserves that. And if that is the case, then you do deserve better. But maybe your partner doesn't know that you are feeling this way, and they should also know your worth, and they should encourage you to feel great about yourself. They should want you to feel great about yourself. So, pile number 1, this was a lot. I hope you resonated with this message. These readings are not to make you feel shit. These readings are to empower you. So I hope that this reading did that for you. I hope this reading empowered you to stand up for yourself, to know your worth, because you are awesome. You're awesome. And whoever you are in a relationship with should also say to you that you are awesome. I mean it. So pile number 1, this was your reading. I hope it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this reading. I would love to hear from you. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in my description box or in the pinned comment. You can book a reading with me through my Etsy or my Buy Me a Coffee. You can also purchase my homemade tarot bags through my Etsy shop. I would also love for you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment. That all helps me out so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 2, you chose the Sunstone. So let's see what the cards have to tell you. I recently started doing reversals when reading with this deck. So let's see. Okay, what I already see is that these two kind of make me feel good, especially this one, the Knight of Pentacles. He is somebody who you can really depend on and who isn't afraid to work hard. So I feel like you have already put a lot of effort in your relationship and it has paid off. We have the Queen of Wands here. This is somebody who is empowering and who is confident and who wants you to feel confident. So I definitely feel like that is the energy that they have for each other. So I feel like that translates to your relationship, that you both have put in the work. Maybe it wasn't always easy, especially since we have the Five of Wands reversed here. The Five of Wands is a card of conflict. And with it being reversed, I feel almost as if there was some conflict avoidance. Maybe that is going on right now. Is it? Okay, so like I said, I recently started reading reversals, but I think that this, or I feel like this means that there is a conflict that needs to be resolved. And I feel like if this is the energy that you have towards each other, then it will all be fine. This conflict that maybe led you to this video wanting to have a reading on your relationship, I think if you put in the effort and the correct communication, and if you are nice to each other and not hold, like the Queen of Wands can be almost, I don't want to say egotistical, but they can have an ego that can be hurt. Maybe this is you, maybe this is your partner, and maybe that is either what caused the conflict or what's making it hard for you to solve the conflict. But I think the egos need to be pushed aside in order to solve this conflict, and I think then that can really happen. Yeah, I definitely see a lot of good energies with the Knight of Pentacles being somebody who's very dependable, somebody who you can depend on. With the Queen of Wands being somebody who is inspiring and wants you just to live your best life. So I'm gonna push these in a little bit because we're gonna get into the oracle cards. I'll always link all the decks that I use in the description box. So we have Saturn, it says truth, and we have Gemini, which says I think. Well, the first thing that that comes to mind is with Gemini, we have communication. So I think that communication is definitely key. Of course, you always say and you always hear that communication is so important when it comes to a relationship, and it really, really is. Maybe you guys are not people who fight a lot. I don't really feel like you guys fight a lot. But this is a conflict, maybe it has been going on for a while, since we have Saturn here, and Saturn is, I know, I always associate Saturn with age and with a long time, long term. So I feel like this is something that maybe has been going on for a while, and it has always been avoided, or it has never really been that much of an issue. You guys have always worked through it, but it's something that needs to be dealt with. And I think you guys can do it. I think your relationship can only become stronger because of it. With Gemini being an air sign of communication, of truth, especially since here we have Saturn, it says truth. I think you need to be really, really honest with each other, communicate well, and try and solve the conflict finally. Whoever it is who is avoiding the conflict, I think you just need to have an honest conversation about it. And something that can come with Gemini, or with the energy that I'm getting from this, is trying to over-explain yourself. So I think that that is something that you should avoid, that you should not over-explain yourself in a way, or to try and talk too much and not let the other one speak enough. The Saturn card is also associated with restrictions, being almost put on hold or feeling denied. So is there something that is causing this conflict that has to do with restrictions? Maybe. And I don't get the feeling that either one of you is necessarily restricting the other person, but it might be true for a couple of you who are watching. And this also has something to do with authority figures. So think fathers, grandfathers, or if you are in a relationship and there is a husband or somebody who is authority figure in your relationship, I feel like that is what is maybe causing the conflict, or that is the person who is trying to avoid the conflict. But I honestly think that when you go on and try to solve this conflict, then your relationship will grow a lot. Now, the next cards we have, well, Amaterasu, Inner Beauty, and we have Atargatis, balance. And I think balance is a great keyword to come up in a relationship reading, because there needs to be balance. Both of you need to put in the same amount of effort, and there needs to be some kind of balance to your relationship. And this is a card of encouraging you to look within and to maybe not push all the blame. I feel like you need to not push all the blame on your partner. I don't necessarily think but you all are doing that. Maybe some of you are trying to push the blame onto the other person when that is not fair. Well, usually it's not fair because there are two people in this relationship. There are two people who have caused this conflict in some way. I think these cards also, especially this balance card, definitely tells me that everything will be fine and that you have a healthy relationship, but that maybe has been lacking the right form of communication. So the last two cards that I want to draw, we have Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. I think that's beautiful. This conflict avoidance is this metaphorical hurricane, and it will come to an end, but it doesn't just come to an end. You have to put in the effort to have it come to an end. And then we have Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. I feel like these two cards kind of go together, but they don't really go together with the rest of the message, maybe. I feel like maybe this is, for some of you, how do I say this? Remember, how do you say that? Just remember to take care of yourself. You are beautiful, you are amazing, and you need to know that you should take care of yourself. Here you can see them feeling great about themselves. They are listening to music. You have this inner beauty, and I think you need to maybe take a little bit more care of yourself. I don't necessarily feel like this is related to your relationship. Maybe for some of you it is, but I think you need to remember that self-care is very important, and you need to take time for yourself. Maybe you or some of you haven't been doing that enough, and this is your wake-up call, or this is your, again, I don't know what the word is. I'm blanking on it so badly. Anyway, this is your call to remember to take care of yourself. Whew, so pile number 2. This was your reading. I would love it if you could let me know in the comments down below how this reading was for you. Did it resonate with you? And if you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link either in the description box or in the pinned comment. I would also love it if you could subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, comment down below. It helps out so much, and I create these free pick a card readings for you all the time, so I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 3. You chose the Angel Aura Quartz crystal, and this is going to be your reading. So I'm first gonna read your tarot cards, and then we'll go into the oracle cards. So let's see. The first thing that I'm feeling is here with this 7 of Wands. It feels like competition, and it doesn't have to be that your partner is cheating on you, though sometimes this card can mean that. But I don't know, I don't necessarily get the feeling. However, the 7 of Wands, competition. So it could mean you are competing for his or her or their, I'm gonna say their attention for in competition with somebody. It could mean one of their parents. So it could mean that they maybe are like mama's or a daddy's child, and you are this is like that mama boy energy. This is kind of the energy that I'm getting. It can be gender neutral, of course, but that is the kind of energy that I'm feeling with this 7 of Wands being here. Is there somebody in their lives who is trying to put more, how do I want to say this, put more input into your relationship than maybe they should, as it is not their relationship but yours, between the two of you, and not either one of their or your parents. We also here have this Ace of Pentacles, and this is pure earth energy. So I definitely feel like your relationship overall is pretty grounded, is pretty balanced, and pretty stable. That is definitely what I'm getting here. Especially, I say balanced, and then I saw the Justice card here. That also indicates balance, as well as karma. So this makes me feel that the person or the situation maybe that is has competition, that it will work out well, because I do believe in karma. I do believe that the negativity that you put out, you will get back. So if this represents a person, then that could mean that, or it could mean because. Are you maybe looking to move in together and get a house together, and there is a lot of competition? Because it can be very hard to get a house to move in together, and maybe there's a lot of competition going on there, and that is something that is really that you guys are maybe struggling with. That could be another group of people who are tuning in for this, but that is what I'm getting. Yeah, that is basically what I'm getting from the tarot cards. So I'm gonna push these in a little and we'll get into the oracle cards. Void of course, moon missing. I feel like this card always comes up when I do readings with this deck. I don't know what it is, and we have Cancer. So with Cancer, I definitely feel like home energy, because Cancers, the sign Cancer, they are generally very much home. I don't want to say homebound, but they love and enjoy being at home. They love making their homes feel very cozy, and they just enjoy spending time at home, and that is what recharges them. So that already feels like you are getting ready to find a home, or to move maybe into a new home, or to move in together. I feel like that is something that is happening for a couple of you. And then with this card says, and I have memorized this from the guidebook because this card comes up so often, but it says that all is not as it seems, which is cryptic. It's kind of cryptic. And it says that I think this definitely indicates there more information to be revealed. So there will be more information revealed regarding houses, maybe regarding a certain person who is being competitive. Maybe there is a reason that they are maybe overprotective of their child, that it has nothing to do with you, but maybe more information on that will be revealed. I don't know, these messages from pile number 3 are coming way easier and way more quickly than the other ones. I don't know what's going on. We have ala morality. This could indicate that they're not doing things to mess up your relationship. They are not doing things because they don't like you personally, but it's just something that is within themselves, because morals are very personal. Everybody has different, maybe similar, but in the end, different morals. I don't believe that there are two people who think the same thing about everything exactly. So it is very personal. So I think that it is something that is within themselves and not necessarily personal towards you. That is what I'm getting from this card. And we have Sekhmet healing, which could also indicate this person healing and needing to heal themselves. And again, it has nothing to do with you personally. This could also be a whole different kind of message, that you are currently dealing with something that you are trying to heal from, or that this card encourages you to take steps to get towards healing yourself and to get better in whatever way you need to get better. It's interesting because the guidebook on this, sometimes after I've done my reading, I like to read the guidebook to see if there's anything that I missed. And it literally says, if you're in the right, she will help you find justice, which is the card that we have right next to it. So I find that pretty interesting. It says, if you're walking the line, she's here as a reminder to do what is right, even if it's not easy. So maybe that helps for you. It is a card of encouraging you to align with your integrity. So if you, I don't know, I feel like that kind of helps you in this specific situation, that you need to rely on your morals. Maybe there is something going on with the house hunt that is not sitting right with you in some kind of way. And I think this is an encouragement to do things that align with your integrity, that align with your morals. And I also wanted to look at the guidebook for this one, since this one was so interesting. And it says that this is the lioness, goddess of destruction and healing. So they show you the power of breaking things down in order to rebuild them better. So I feel like, oh, and it also said she'll send you messages in your dreams about what will help you transform during your next evolution. So with that, I definitely feel like maybe you have, or some of you have dreamt about something and you were not really sure what it meant or if it was to be taken seriously. And if it is something that you are still thinking about and it was dreams from days or weeks or even months ago, I think it definitely could mean something. I'm not somebody who's very knowledgeable about dream interpretation. That it is definitely something that I would love to get better at. And I think it also sends a message on if things seem to not be going well. Remember, not is all as it seems. And even though things might be looking like they are breaking down, that is only because something better is going to come your way. If there is a house that you did not get and it seemed like the perfect house, I am in this situation right now. I am in exactly the situation. We're trying to move. And every time that we do not get a house, I just remember that there's a reason that I did not get that house. Maybe the people who got the house needed it way more because maybe they have a larger family or a kid on the way and they need it more than I do. And when the right house comes around for me, when the timing is right for me, I will get that. And I think that that is exactly the same thing that is going on for you here. Whew, so, oh no, wait, we have 2 more Oracle cards. I totally forgot. This has quickly become one of my favorite decks. We have Throne, your potential is endless. I think that it goes very well with what I just said. That just because you don't get one house, that doesn't mean that you won't get any house, because that is just not how it works. And the potential is endless. There are endless houses. I mean, of course, the house market isn't really great at the moment, at least not where I live in the Netherlands. But there will always be potential. There will always be new houses available over time. And then we have Clover, release your guilt. Maybe this is another message that you need to hear right now. And maybe it has to do with your integrity. Is there anything that is going on in your life that is not aligning with your integrity, with your morals? Is it something that you really had no power over, that you had no hand in? Or maybe you did, and that is what you are feeling guilty of. And this is definitely an encouragement to release some of that guilt and to not get stuck on it, because it doesn't serve you. Holding on to guilt never serves you. And no matter what situation it is that you feel guilty over, forgive yourself, release your guilt. I think that is the best thing that you can do for yourself in order to heal. So, pile number 3, this was your reading. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this reading. Let me know how it resonated with you, and if you want to have or book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, I would love to have you. You can click the links in either my description box or my pinned comment, because you can book a reading with me either through my Etsy shop or through my Buy Me a Coffee page. Then you have to click to the extras page where you have all the options for my readings. You can also support me by subscribing to this channel, because I would love to have you here. I do pick a card readings like these all the time. And like I said, I would just love to have you here. It would really help me out a lot if you could give this video a like, comment down below, anything you want to let me know. And yeah, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.